All right, and it's that Thursday night thing with Beyond the Pole, and now it's ready for Katrina Lee.
Hi, welcome back to Beyond the Pole. Thank you for tuning in. It's another Thursday night, 10 o'clock till midnight. We are on every Thursday, 106.3 RochesterFreeRadio.com, WRFZLP Rochester. You can listen to us on the TuneIn app. You can listen to us later on. We are Beyond the Pole Radio with Katrina Lee, and we are on the Armed Forces Network. So it's pretty exciting. A lot of changes just rapidly occurring in my life, and it was a very insane, not even 2 whole weeks. It's just every week more and more is occurring, and I'm starting to develop pretty well into acting, and it's kind of coming out of nowhere, but they can't do any films anymore in Los Angeles, and Buffalo is now like a movie hub. Yeah. So we're getting a lot of places and roles, and I ended up getting my SAG card, and I'm like a generic. I was trying to explain to my friend, and she got it, and she said the same thing. I'm a generic girl next door. It works. Like, I'm pretty, but I'm not anything stand out. There's not a lot of tattoos. I don't have all this crazy hair. I don't have some goofy eyes. I can fit in well as like a soccer mom, like a trophy wife, a person with money, someone in politics, a TV reporter, like anything. And so in Buffalo, with all these roles available, it's real easy to do extra work every day. And then stand up or become a waitress. So what occurred is that I did last week a Lifetime movie, and then this week I went and I did audition for one that's gonna be on HBO called the Cigar Club, and I was supposed to just be in there as like a pretty girl in the background, and then when I knew the director, he's like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. And it's pretty funny. So he goes and he whispers in my ear, so no one has a clue what's going on, and this guy's just sitting in the stall of a bathroom and they're filming, and I go up and I start straddling him like we're having simulated sex, and it's like, I'm screaming, like hitting my hand on the wooden door, and he's like, oh, you got the part. So then I got upgraded, and I'm gonna be a madam running the girls at the mafia style bar and flipping them in and out and like all the scenes. So I get to go, which is really cool. On November 4th, we're filming in Chicago, and we're gonna be at a strip club out there.
When does the acting start?
Yeah, right. I know. I was like, these roles are so easy. It's not very hard. And I don't care about nudity and stuff like that. And my family, everyone's already used to it after all these years. So they're just like, whatever, that's me. So
take a breath, will you?
Right. Well, no, we're rolling it in. But eventually we all introduce. It's 10 minutes and we're all in sections because sponsors eventually.
Okay.
So shut up, Tom.
Eventually we'll introduce you and who you are. Okay. And that'll make sense. Otherwise, your listeners don't know because they're not watching us. Well, so the cool part is we're going there. And we're going to the Animal Wildlife Sanctuary. And we're visiting Jen Garrett, who is Malibu Barbie, who is a feature, and she was also on our show. Awesome. So we get to see the white tigers and meet a couple of the features, because a lot of the girls who are on our show are in Chicago. So I get to meet them again in person, or ones I missed who are on the show that Bailey knew.
And you're dancing down there, right?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm acting. I'm going to go with some other girls, and they have the ability to dance, but I really haven't been dancing. I've been really busy, and I'm doing a lot with other projects. So.
Tell them Oz said hi.
Right.
Like, Oz says hi. Who's Oz? It's just Oz. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like, all right. But so we are going to go into a quick little song break, and then we're going to do the Toy of the Week with Dawn, and just start rolling with the show.
Yay.
So yay, Beyond the Pole.
All right, let's get right back to Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee.
Welcome back, Beyond the Pole Radio, every Thursday from 10 o'clock till midnight. And we have Dawn, who calls in every week and gives us a toy review here. And we have Tom Loce, who's a special guest who pops on pretty often enough. We have Oz in the house, and we're going to hear our toy review of the week from Dawn. And then I have a special question to ask her afterwards, and we all can chime in. Hi, Dawn.
Yes. Hi, honey. And yes, whatever the question is, yes is always the answer. That's what gets me in trouble.
No, I don't know if you want that one yet, but yeah.
How are you guys?
Spectacular.
Yeah, I'm getting ready for Florida. I'm kind of behind, running around frantic, a little on edge, nice tired, behind. And a little grumpy, but, I'm here.
Don't get grumpy.
You look so cute in your outfit, in your picture. I seen it. I love you.
Thanks. That's coming out, too, later. That's for Rochester Woman Magazine, so.
I love the way you look. You look so adorable. I love it.
I had to look wholesome.
Those ladies are awesome, man. I love Kelly and Cheryl.
You still have the look of the devil in your eyes. You'll never get rid of that.
I know. I can't help it. I was told it. I was called The Bad Seed by my mom, when I was younger, is one of her favorite movies. So why don't you tell us about the toy of the week?
The toy of the week this week is the teaser kit. It's an entire kit of toys. It gives you 12 toys for $125. you save over about $275 in product.
Okay.
It's the teaser kit, not the taser
Taser,
kit.
I like
okay,
that.
not to be
Taser.
confused with the taser kit, the teaser kit, just to make sure.
Well, if you put it in the spot, it might tase you.
Oh.
That's what hole you're putting it in.
Where?
Tomato.
Hey, I'd go for it.
Right. Twice if you don't like it.
That's right.
Excitement, a little thrill.
I think it's for everyone. You don't have to join, just get it. It's for everyone. It gives you $400 in product right now for $125. I mean, it's a great way to just get something special for you or your mate. There's no more wet spot, which obviously could be used for the wet spot. But you know when a mate sweats and he gets like bat.
Something there. What's a bat balls? What are you talking about?
You don't know what bat balls are? Like when a guy sweats and it looks like a bat on his thighs, his balls turn into a bat.
I don't
Bat
really
balls.
look that
gross.
close,
No,
but
I never.
yeah.
Ew.
I got small potatoes, but it makes the meat look bigger.
I'll
Right.
I'll take your word for it, I guess. Show us what she's talking about, will you? Come on.
Toy cleaner, body massager.
Okay, it's pretty much everything you need. Like your kind of your first toy, but it's more like your first kit, like the whole shebang of a sample of everything in one.
The toy
It's
cleaner
good
is so
for
important.
everyone who's kind of fun and freaky and wants to get a good value. I mean, you're getting almost $400 in product for $125. So
Yeah, that's great.
call the teaser kit, and my website is foreplaybuzz.com. And tell me your question.
Okay,
people.
so I had an incident come up, and I'm going to talk about it a little more later. I guess it was pretty funny, but I have a lot of guys come up, and they feel really comfortable because they know I work in the adult industry or I sold toys in my adult stores, and they've asked me like a lot of really private questions that you would normally never ask like a woman at all, and they just feel open about it because that's my job. And what is the strangest or most disgusting thing anyone has ever asked you? Or told you, linked to not like, anything like animals or, whatever, something directly like sex related or hygiene.
I was kissing a guy once and he called me mommy. It freaked me the hell out.
Yeah.
I thought that was-
I've had that.
I don't get that. I don't understand that fetish. Like, I get every other fetish pretty much because I'm like the most open person in the world. But that one kind of scared me. I was like, what? I don't even know how to respond to that.
Actually,
Like,
that's so normal. It's disturbing. I would say probably 1 out of 20 guys try to suck on your nipples at a strip club and call you mommy all creepy, and you just try to like push it away.
I do like to be called daddy.
I'm fist
That's
fighting. I'm
weird, but I was
sorry.
thinking
That's
more.
different,
So
though.
I had a person. I went down to Erie, Pennsylvania, and I was talking to this guy, and he was like, "I'm so glad to see you and that you're back." And this is hands down the most disgusting thing I ever heard in a club. And he said that he was getting a lap dance from a girl, and she was putting her boobs in his face, and it started to smell real bad, like it was bad milk or something. And he thought it was strange, and he like asked her to like wipe it up because he just couldn't take it anymore. Like he really thought he was gonna throw up, and it turned out it was dried semen. And she some guy came on her chest and she didn't clean it up right, and it smelled like curdled milk, and she was like throwing the dried semen on there. And then he's like, "I'm so glad you're here." And I thought I was gonna hurl when he said it, and then he said he ended up throwing up, and then he wouldn't tell me who it was, but I supposedly know who this girl is, and now I'm just sitting there looking, trying to rule it out.
that is the most disgusting thing. But did you remember?
I hate
you
when
guys
that
were
happens.
younger And you'd have intercourse and you'd use a condom. Don't you feel like everybody in the world can smell that latex on you?
Yes, after that they try to go to after they can taste it.
I'm
you
not
know?
familiar with
I'm about to say,
condoms.
Tom, there's things you use for preventing STDs.
Is that what
condoms,
they are? Really?
That's what I've heard.
yeah.
No, I thought that's the stuff you put on hot
But no,
dogs,
I
isn't
agree,
it?
and
How
I've
much
heard
did they
some
cost
really
back in your
nasty
day?
That
stuff.
was about a nickel.
I always
Nothing
felt
through the
so
years.
dirty afterwards. Like everybody knew just from the scent of me
could.
or something.
Yeah, and I felt it does smell her. Like you would walk in these massage parlor rooms, and they have that smell of after sex from the condom and everything. It's just an odd odor. So you gotta air spray them down,
Don't you love the smell of cum in the morning?
right?
No, I do.
Only when it's fresh. Only when it's fresh.
I have a question for Dawn. Seriously,
Yes.
though. Okay, it's Dawn. Are you able to order any kind of special order, any type of weird apparatus or whatever in your business?
It depends how weird and if I could use it on you.
I don't know about this one.
Yeah, you probably could. No, in my vast collection of porn, I've been asked by several girls if I could get the certain item. And you know what I like? The old term for it is a Lazy Susan, the table, where it revolves around with plates on it. No, there's one porn where it's called Spin on My, and the guy gets underneath it, and there's a hole where he puts his schwanz up in it, and the girl spins around on it. I mean, I want one of these things.
That's like the ultimate glory hole.
Right. Can
like
you get
a top.
Can you get
what would be
something like
called
this?
the twirl?
I don't know. The same thing. It's a sit and spin. They call them.
Sit and spin for like kids. That's what it was.
Okay.
I knew it was something.
Can you get me one?
It's a sit and spin. Yeah, they're called midgets. Get one.
Midgets?
Right.
Midgets? No, seriously?
Yeah, want to sit and spin? Get a little person.
No, but I wanted to, where it's like, where the
Like
girl
a table.
Can't, yeah,
I
the
know
girl
what you
can't
mean.
see you, just your love tool popping through,
That would be a really big love tool if it's going through a Lazy Susan, which a Lazy Susan's about 3 to 4 inches.
I got no problem.
He wishes. I know, Don. I'll have to show you the love tool I get to see. You're going to be impressed. It's the water bottle status.
Okay, so you don't have anything specific and just buy a Lazy Susan and try to modify it, I guess, then, right?
Katrina, the funny thing is, you look like a princess, and you're so dirty.
I know. It shocks everyone. I'm like such a girl next door. I look like I could be. I have been the super PTA mom, and then they're like, "What?
I know.
Who
Then
are
once
you?"
I know, Sleeping Beauty, any of those things.
And then once you smell her feet, something's wrong there.
Men had to go nuts over you dancing because you're just.
Oh, they go crazy. They fall in love.
Typical. You're not the typical dancer.
Yeah, no, they latch on, and then I'm like the stripper with the heart of gold, helping save everyone. So there's like a cause. So, oh well, you gotta love it. It helps now,
I love it. I absolutely love you.
It might change a little bit when I'm on HBO with my boob half out having sex in a bathroom stall, but we'll see.
Let's see how innocent you look then.
Right? I know. All right, thank you for calling in, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see. Bring me a spinning table.
So I stepped out. He'll be back. I am so excited. I am going to Florida tomorrow. I was going to leave right after the show, and I'm a little behind. I didn't get caught up, and I'm tired, so there's no way I would start a journey to Florida because I'd be stupid right now at this time.
I guess so. Yeah.
How
come you're not taking me with you?
I know, right? I think it'd be hard to handle you that long. Actually, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going, how long I'm going.
I got a good
when I'm going to
idea.
get there and the direction. So I want to see one of my friends in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and stop by there.
Okay.
And I might do something like the Tennessee Aquarium for a couple hours there, hang out with their kids,
You going-
and then
I'm sorry,
stay
go.
overnight to break up the trip.
All
And
right.
then so it's not 24 hours straight.
Are you possibly going to that one strip club on Ron Boulevard?
Yeah, I know. I don't know about that. But I know I'm going to Molly Brown's in Daytona, and my friend Ted's a head DJ, and he's going to be on this show next week. And we're going to be talking to him from inside the strip club in the DJ booth, and the manager is going to be on there, and they're talking about Biketoberfest
Okay.
and all the events going on in Daytona. And I got us set up in Deja Vu in Tampa because my friend Amber used to go dance at Playmates, and she moved down there. And so she already has me set up to interview and do that. So even if we pre-record it or have it through the phone and then put it on, like we got some cool clubs in different areas with great people to interview. And it's more the direction that I wanted the show, like more about the strip clubs, more about the adult industry, some obviously rehab aspects, and then a little bit of like local of like the local dancers. But I have so many friends all over the place. I definitely want to get back to like the call-ins to girls in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Vegas, everywhere.
Is Molly Brown's totally nude or no?
Molly Brown's is nude.
Nude. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there different laws down there where they can drink?
Every club's got different laws. I don't know what they all are. I haven't been to them, and then laws changed. So last time I went to Molly Brown's, I have not honestly been to Florida. I used to go all the time, and I went to college there since 2005, and I haven't been to Disney World since 2000.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. Did you mention it was a biker club? Possibly?
No,
Like
it's
some-
Bike Week. So
Oh,
they have
Bike Week,
Daytona,
okay.
they have Bike Week, and then they have Biketoberfest,
Okay.
which is like the same thing.
Sometimes
Not the level, obviously. Bike Week's a big
people
deal.
get the wrong impression on bikers sometimes, don't they? I mean, they're decent, nice guys at clubs and stuff. Usually, right? I guess.
It's a mix. It
Okay.
depends. Like all people can look for trouble and create it, and some people think things more and don't know how to hold their own. And then some are just. It depends on what biker is. If you're saying biker versus motorcycle club member gang, I mean, there's differences.
Okay.
There could be like that guy who wanted a Harley and he's in a midlife crisis and 60 years old and bought it.
I see. No.
So and I mean,
Because I think.
and
this
then
was-
you get motorcycle cops. I mean, technically you're biker. I don't know.
see.
It's just hard.
No,
to-
because I think this was you that told me you, and it's not a joker, where you were at some biker club, or there was a lot of bikers, and you were dressed as like Little Bo Peep or something like that.
I did that.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
There was a
I
dinosaur
remember.
barbecue at the Hell's Angels Halloween party.
And how was that? Really
And I
nice?
won the contest.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I won the Halloween contest. I got like a Hell's Angel like 81 HA shirt and big sweatshirt that was pink.
Nice. Okay,
And,
that's cool.
bar tab and
Very
some other
nice,
stuff.
very nice.
I really stood out. It was probably not what to wear, but I won.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I really, really, really stood out. I mean, I should just thrown myself in a little sheet to the walls, but luckily I was with someone who no one was going to toy with.
Yeah.
So they're all just staring like, okay, back off.
Well, at the dinosaur barbecue, I mean, you can't.
It was a closed kind of party that day.
Oh, okay. So you could take some clothes off.
No, it was not stripping at all. It was
Oh.
nothing like that.
Just
No, it was all the
costumes.
old ladies and everyone. It was very appropriate. It was not one of their like. It was more family
Okay.
and friends one. It wasn't like outside ones with the girls or anything
I
like
get
that.
you,
It was it was more calm.
Sounds
It was
cool.
like a benefit too. They're selling a lot of shirts and stuff, and that's how they raise money. A lot
Okay.
of merchandising was going on. It was actually ran extremely well money wise
Yeah.
and organized.
I mean, in your travels, have you must have went to a few just totally biker clubs, though. Are they? Are they? What, respectful?
I'm gonna honestly, this is where we're gonna leave this at. Is I've been inside a lot of biker clubhouses and I dated motorcycle club members, and
Yeah.
I respect everyone. I don't judge anyone. And the fact that I'm going from Rochester to Buffalo to other areas with conflicting houses, I don't do anything. I stay away.
Okay.
So I do my job because I'm a dancer and I get on the stage, I do what I'm told,
Yeah.
and that's it. But a lot of the bikers don't buy dances, so you're not really targeting them, trying to make money off of them. So if you want to hang at the bar and drink, but
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Okay.
I work and I make money, so I'm going up to like the little old guys or guys who tip me and ask me to come dance for them.
Okay, why don't they buy dancers though?
I don't know, Tom.
No, yeah, well,
I don't know what you're saying.
Come on,
I don't know because they can get it for free.
Oh, okay, no, 'cause-
They can go to the club. There's lots of girls because they're sexy men on motorcycles. I don't know. I mean, why do cop? I don't know. These
don't
are
know.
really
Just, I'm
these
figuring
are
out-
questions that are going to cause controversy that I don't want.
Oh, I
Drop now.
see.
Drop now.
Okay, I like the
can't-
psychology of all of it. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not getting attacked like the trannies did. No, we're gonna drop that.
I
so
love bikers.
on that note, it's Halloween. Lots of costumes and stuff all over. This is the time everyone becomes like a slut. It's that time. Like all the stripper costumes, like Lake Avenue, Be Wicked, are the same ones that you see inside Spirit, which is a store in Buffalo, or Party City. Or I mean, Spirit's all over. It pops up. I mean, I don't even know how international it is. I mean, I don't know if it's all across the United States, but those things, those stores that open for 2 months, everyone gets their Halloween costumes and they disappear in their weird parts of plazas that leave and move around. And, so it's that time. And then that's where a lot of the girls will also get their costumes. Or it's smart. If you're looking for theme outfits, go to Goodwill because people will dump them off. And you can get super cute ones that they use for dancing, hot cops and stuff that you can bump up your routine for like $5 at Goodwill or even just use. Because people will buy a costume at once and then get a new one the next year and they don't care.
Right.
I used to grab a lot of these costumes and I'd sell them or have them in the clubs for when we had the Miss Erotics. And then instead of having to pay $100 for them new, the girls just scoop them up and I just sell them for 10, double it, fair.
I heard that is where Osborne gets most of his clothes, like the Salvation Army.
I do
I do
actually.
that too,
I
though.
really do.
I mean, he picks them out of the bin before they, when people drop them off. And
Yeah,
stuff,
I love
right?
shopping at Salvation Army. A true story about the Halloween stores, little pop-up stores.
Yeah.
When my son had open heart surgery, the Halloween store in Greece sent somebody dressed up as Batman.
Oh, cool.
To my son's surgery. Like,
Oh, that's
made
so
it,
nice.
They were amazing. They gave him free costumes that year,
Oh,
like
that's
4
so
costumes. They were
cool.
awesome, dude.
That
Those
is
people
so
were
nice.
great. Halloween store over in Greece. Those guys were great.
I'm not sure if they're independently owned and franchise or it's national, but that's really great. It might just be the store has some extra money to do activities. I don't know if it's just that or they do all these ones.
They do a whole bunch of like nonprofit stuff, and like
That's great though. I mean, I'm all about it and I do a lot myself. So
yeah, awesome people, man. They really. He had no idea he had surgery. He comes and dresses Batman, signs stuff. They gave him
yeah, no,
balloons
that's
and
really cool.
It was
makes
amazing,
kids
man.
never forget that stuff. Soon
Good.
you're sick,
No,
little
That's-
stuff like that.
that's cool.
So. But yeah, it's like fun. I like costumes and themes, and I did that podcast in Hellbound with Halos, and that was neat. We were talking about furries and like Goldilocks and all that. And
What?
so, yeah,
Yeah, I'm not that up on what guys. You guys dress as space people or something like that?
No, that was a different one.
Okay.
No, I was talking about furries with Hellbound with Halos.
Okay.
That was the one I went on with Allie and Roxy, and then we did Captain Isotope, and then we were space pirates, and they were like space vixens, and that was a TV show that's what I mean. It's been so crazy. I did so much the past 2 weeks. It's insane. But that's a TV show that's on Antenna TV.
How do you get that?
And then YouTube. It's on. You got to have an antenna.
Yeah.
Just use the antenna coming out of Time's eyebrow. Look at that thing. It's like I can't stop looking
But
at this one eyebrow hair. It's like reaching across the table. Let me get that, bro.
Get it.
So
Oh,
it's
is
neat.
it really?
So we got that on the Antenna TV, and then the Lifetime one's going to be coming out. So I am looking for an intern
back.
desperately. I'm going to actually take the effort because I have so many companies going on, and I really need help. And I want someone specifically who's going to be at this show every week and who can meet up with me for like an hour or two, and it can be fun. I'll take you out to dinner, whatever activities. Who can go over this with me? I want a female, to be honest.
I had a
want
bunch of
someone
people hit me
who's
up.
going to stick with it, who can, even between Buffalo here, you can ride with me. You don't have one, go back and forth. There's a lot of activities I'm doing, and I know we can grow and do this better, and we're just kind of a sale point because I'm running a major medical company that's really advancing. I'm all over the place and do the acting, and I just can't sit here and social media produce and look up all the new technology.
I'm waiting for you. I got a
podcasts.
bunch of people that responded, so we got a bunch of people ready
Well,
to
they got an
interview.
inbox here. You got to bring them
I got
in
them.
or something.
So
I don't know
just
where they
waiting
are.
for you to give me the go ahead. I'll
Yeah,
bring them
go.
in.
No, not next Thursday. The Thursday after that, because I don't know exactly what time I'm going to be gone. I'll be in
No.
Florida.
So what type of person are you looking for? Just-
Not you.
No. He would be once we get to the point where I want to be. It'd be an ongoing guest co-host, but it would be someone who can run behind the scenes. Like, I don't necessarily want them on the show, but they would be someone who's organized, who are like, okay, you're up next, or like we have guests coming in and they're like, okay, it's about time, and they can section organize it. Maybe
you
even
bullet
get
points.
sponsors. They go on the website and they sit there and they post like we talked about this. They see what the toy of the week Dawn did. They look what it is. They post it.
So not
they
someone
maybe get the emails from Dawn,
Speaking,
or
not
they
just taking care of things
taking
behind the
care
In
scenes.
the
of it.
trenches,
You know, and you don't have to have the time you're scared.
Okay.
You could try. You could get on there too. It could be both if you're
Okay.
good at it. But I really want in the trenches and someone like who would maybe text and remind our guests like, oh, we're gonna call you in 10 minutes. Like just someone organized.
Right.
Word.
Because we don't, and it's hard for me to do it, and you guys, because we all have things, and then Tom, you're here on and off.
I'm just.
But it's just a lot.
Transient.
So I have a upcoming too. Speaking of that, in charity work, I'm going to be featured in Rochester Woman Magazine, and
Word.
during the Pink and Purple for domestic abuse and breast cancer.
What month is it going to be?
It's literally right now. We had to take the pictures right away and hurry up on
That's
this.
awesome. I'm glad that link happened up, man. They're all. I love working
Yeah,
with them. I love
and
Cheryl. I love Kate.
I
man.
always see all the events over, especially they do a lot at that.
You can get those mags like Wegmans and stuff, right? And
It's
as you're
online.
coming in, right?
Yeah, online now. They used to have them
online.
in there, and then
You can. They're not it.
They used to. I
Okay.
think they stopped because of money or.
No,
Okay.
it's just Rochester Women Online Magazine. So it's an online magazine, and maybe they'll go in print like eventually in the future. But it's online. And it's awesome. They had Roland Williams, Chris Cardwell is a photographer they use, and this dude is so talented. I've been with Chris for maybe 15 years since he started shooting clubs here in
I
Rochester.
think he was busy. They tried sending me some Maggie or something, and then it didn't work
Hassan?
out because I'm leaving. Yeah, because I'm leaving for Florida. I was like, I got to do it like now. I'm like, there's not much time.
Real talented. We'll
So
get him in here.
I called a couple. I know so many photographers and my friends, so I ended up getting because it was so last minute. Mel from Not the Mall Studio, and he does Extreme Hot Magazine was, so it was pretty easy. So he said he's been trying to get in there for a while.
Word.
So yeah, it was piece of cake. It's like, yeah, I'm happy with them. I got the nice ones in the room. I sent some from the Gates to Recovery, the walk-in clinic
Dope.
with the van, and then the interview is all set up, so it'll be up shortly, which is cool. And I'm going to be in every month doing a different charity organization of events in Rochester, which is
My ninja.
helpful. So
Busy,
we'll get all of them.
busy,
Good.
beaver.
Those are good things because I was doing a lot of charity work hands-on. It was taking a lot of time, but now I can
No.
just do the raise money and then donate it.
Yeah.
So we lost another young life. I mean, there's ones constantly every week for a 26-year-old, but what was different was that it was a person who we work with who's doing the memorial garden.
Really?
And it was, he already lost a son, so he lost his second son.
Yeah.
God, that's
Two.
freaking
And so one was
heart-wrenching.
27 and then this one was 26. So I went to the wake and showed support. And then I was telling him, and it was being positive because it's so bad, but he's taking it so well. I think he's just so crushed from all of it. Or maybe reality didn't kick in.
Maybe not.
But or just, you know, you're just like, my gosh. You
Speaking
know?
personally, if that, like, I don't know if reality would ever kick in for me.
No,
it
like
just,
two.
that's-
I mean, I just
God bless
and
him,
spread
man.
out, and he does so much to try to help raise awareness. And I helped him on his radio show when it was on. So I was telling him like good things about how we set this up, and we've been getting more money, and you know he was happy about that.
For
so.
you, I'd like to see you the face on a box. Like, you don't need to be in the trenches. You can't.
Yeah.
There's not enough Katrina to go into the trenches and
Yeah.
be on the box. You got to be the face on the
It
box.
was it's very stressful. The trenches, it didn't really last. I need to step away and just dictate, like, just do this, do that. Here's the money. Like, let's do this party. I'll show up at the party, and then we'll give the money to other people in the donations.
Right.
Like free cover if you bring in makeup, then we give it. You know,
and it
not
saves me
days.
time and stress of being your counselor.
Yeah, it's because it was just too much. I mean, I already have enough relationship issues on and off between multiple people. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't need like other stressful factors in my life.
Well, maybe we, get rid of the relationship stuff.
No,
maybe.
that's always so hard. I'm
Yeah,
just,
not
you know,
really.
and I'm not quite rushing on that. Anyways, I'm doing me.
Okay.
But
You're
I just
going
think
to
as a whole-
Florida. You like we
I'm
both
going to
called it. We know
Florida.
you so good. It was like, wait, you're going to Florida? You're not just gonna hop in your car and not go for no reason.
I am going to
You're a
Florida
liar.
to go to Disney World and ride on It's a Small World. thing.
That's like 7% of it. I've
You
been
got
telling-
it.
Yes.
And my friend
man.
Lewis is giving me free tickets.
Ooh.
Our copper passes he gets from working there.
Wow.
Cat.
Free.
Cat.
I'm going to ride over and over. It's a small world. There'll be no little kids because they'll all be in school.
No, you can't change the subject. We know why you're going down there. Okay.
We see you, Katrina. We see you.
A hair convention.
Yeah, a hair
Or
convention.
alchemy. A hair convention.
Right.
I'm excited, but I think it's a perfect time to go to sound break, and then we're going to cut in some new fun topic.
Yeah, right back to Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee.
Hello, welcome back. It's Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee. We have Tom Loce, and Oz is outside smoking, but he will be back here. So
Hey, what's going on over there?
So we have on and off new listeners joining us every week as we grow and get bigger and bigger. So why don't you give a little rundown about yourself, Tom?
Me.
Yes.
Well,
in all your glory.
Okay, well, as people say about me, I have a lot of sordid, S-O-R-D-I-D, values and the way I look at things, but I wear them like a badge of honor.
Hey, at least own up to it.
I do. I love it. Yeah. I used to have a show called Life Without Shame for 4 years of showcasing strippers, escorts, weird things in life and all that kind of stuff. And just, a lot of people loved it. A lot of people hated it, but it was controversial and I loved it.
I loved it too. I didn't watch it exactly, Graham, maybe the tail end, but then knowing you, I've watched all of them.
Yeah.
So. And you can catch it on YouTube. It's Life Without Shame Rochester.
Thanks to you.
So yeah, they can watch you
have
in your
uploaded.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
your
pretty glorious.
tan,
Yeah,
covered in hair, Dago beast.
My guininess.
Yes.
I'm like, I just don't have the gold chains to go with the guininess, right? I got the sweat and the hair and all that
That's
stuff.
why the bandana.
Yeah, all that stuff. But then after that, just I still dabbled in sleaziness, of course.
Of course.
Right? And
I just shenanigans. You can't change your personality. Like the show is how you thought.
that's true.
So
Very
if
true.
anything, your mind got darker and darker.
It did. Yeah, you know me well. Yes, it did get darker, and along with a legitimate job of selling on eBay and collectibles that I used to do before the show. But since then, I've just I love escorts. I
Escorts
love
and
them.
strip clubs.
So I love
He's like
strip
a
clubs.
professional
Yes, I am.
connoisseur.
I am a connoisseur and a part of a sewer at times.
Yes.
Oz was going to beat me to it. He didn't know. But just I can tell you everything you want to know about escorts.
I believe it, without a
what
doubt.
What do you want to know about them? Tell me.
I know a lot about them too. I don't know.
I can tell you the rate. I can tell you who's
Yeah. No,
Tom's got his own room at the clinic. It's got his own monogram, towel and mug. You all right? But the penicillin not
Right.
working anymore, bro?
It ranges
Right.
between. It's your. Why am I melting right now? Or
That
what?
cough sound like you're melting from the inside.
No, yeah, the rates go from like $20 up to like 400.
20
Yeah, or higher.
Yeah, that's the walkers.
He's talking about local in
Yeah.
Rochester because we have listeners obviously in Vegas, and those are unrealistic rates. For Vegas,
Yeah,
it can go up
Vegas.
to like 5,000.
Oh yeah, easily. I know. Yeah, but I get scared off anything over 200. So
Yeah.
just like I don't care so much of the looks. I just like the performance. You know what I'm saying?
You're more
Oz?
of a theater person than instead
Pretty
of
much,
dinner,
yes. Yeah, I like the subtleties of the thing and all that.
He likes the girls with daddy issues who actually call him
doesn't?
daddy though.
it's
Do
all
you
right.
like them to call you daddy?
It's not that I like
I've
them
never
to do
done
that.
that.
It
I just can't do it.
like my girl.
It's
She
weird.
calls me daddy, but to call me like boyfriend or Oz is weird. Like it sounds funny.
Maybe it's because I always dated older men that if I was calling him daddy, it would just be strange and they'd be offended. Like that'd
No,
be odd.
they would love it. So if you're dating the older man, why do you think they like you? They look at it, you're like
No,
the
I don't know.
daughter
No, I
image.
feel like they view like more business. So I've definitely have lived fast and hard and lived on the fringe of society with different people too, like
Yeah.
you, Tom, and it's enjoyable.
Yes.
And you see a lot and you experience a lot. So then people my age are just so boring.
Yeah.
Or the few that have experienced a lot are really whacked out.
Right.
And next thing you know, they're exposing themselves on the internet, jerking off.
Oh my god!
Don't play innocent now. I've seen your paper up on the
freak
post
out.
office many times.
Right.
With your face and your lower region.
So and then I make a joke while I'm drinking or something about it on Girth, and then he got nicknamed Pencil.
Who did? Oz?
Pencil.
Oh, hell, not me.
No, who is it? Who are you
Hell no.
talking
The
about?
pencil.
Yeah, I know.
Oz.
Somebody in Rochester. It's definitely not me.
Okay.
I can't quite. Yeah, it's not
thought
him.
you were the
yeah, you
brunt-
weren't.
brunt
I'll
of
send
her
you.
jokes or
No,
whatever.
no.
No.
No, I couldn't do that. Because he's a father and he's respectable, so he can't even be too much of a pig on the show. That's why we need someone else to actually add
Piggishness.
to it, because
Me.
the long term image he's projecting with his son doing the modeling shows, Rochester Magazine and stuff, isn't necessarily the image long term for the show
Right.
for him. And I see that, and I like working with him, so we're gonna pull him a little bit back, and then he'll be doing more like
We need
updates
us.
of the week and like sending people in. And,
It's a very fine line to walk, and I'm glad Katrina could like recognize
I
it.
can
And we
see
vibe
it.
really well.
That's
you know?
cool, yeah. So, I mean, when this
I
goes...
can see the direction where he wants isn't necessarily the direction of where I want. I have other things, but where I want the specific show to go doesn't make sense for him. Because
Okay.
Tom, I see you, me, Roxy, Love learning how to masturbate a horse. I can't see Oz doing that with
Yeah,
a child in school
I've
in the
seen it.
PTA.
I've seen him
I mean,
do
I've
it.
seen it,
Hey,
but we can't film him doing
$20
it.
is $20, bro.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
But I got this picture of it, and it was amazing. Like this jar, like it was incredible.
You did tell me you wanted to do that.
Yes,
with Roxy
and I
Love.
found it, and
Okay.
I thought it'd be great for Life Without Shame, Beyond the Pole.
Okay.
Generation 2, and like Beyond the Pole, and we're all
And-
filming it, and it's me and Roxy, and then you're telling us, background
Na-
commentary,
narration and filming it. and all that.
noises,
and just
you know?
hand over to me throwing up in the corner.
That's what I mean,
throwing
like-
holy water.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just the wrong, like, oh my gosh,
Well, aren't you gonna get like icky doing it? And
I
stuff,
worked
or
on a
what?
farm.
And did you jack off a lot of horses?
I
in
didn't
your
jack
day?
off any horses, but I helped give birth to a bunch of calves.
A bunch of
And
calves.
sometimes you'd have to take the calf back in, shove it, and flip it around because it'd be coming out the wrong way. So
Really?
your irons would be like completely inside a cow's vagina, like all the way in.
Was there a lot of?
Blood everywhere.
So that's like the $20
Oz looks
ones
like
you're
he's
talking
gonna
about right now,
throw
bro.
Pretty much. But at least mine don't have manure involved in it.
Right? Are you sure?
Maybe.
Are you sure?
Maybe.
You know, when I asked on that question, I was surprised she gave such a normal, kind of boring answer
Who,
about
I
the whole
did?
mom. No,
Oh.
Dawn, mommy answer. So I was thinking, because I had a guy once, and he was like asking me about lube, and if like you could put it on your chest, and you could go like butt to mouth and all this stuff. And he was like this weird Indian guy, and like I'm just like, and then I realized he was actually serious.
Of
Like he
course.
wasn't toying with me to get my reaction or being a jerk. Like he was asking legit questions. I was like, I don't know, because I've never done that, and I don't think it's so sanitary. You got to worry about diseases of fecal matter, possibly. But as a store, if I'm like giving recommendations, I'm like, is that something I can get
I mean,
for? But I mean, I
Kat,
doubt
as a
it.
stripper, you must have heard so many different people's fetishes and their
Oh,
requests.
tons.
Yeah, tons.
No,
Yeah.
but that's what I was asking. I was surprised hers for being a sex toy queen at all those toy parties, that was the only thing.
Right, yeah. Now, I want to go back 1 second for how Oz is like, on the fringe, or he's a little different.
He lives on the
view.
fringe of society?
No, a little bit of different
I
view
thought you
of,
meant-
of what you're looking for. What,
Not view, it's just
No,
I
know.
see long term.
No, I could see it when it goes to video. He's going to be wanting to lift the shirt. Look at my abs. Look at my
Yeah, look
abs.
at me.
Every
I'll take
time,
away the
right?
attention.
My abs are on fleek, though.
He works
Okay.
and he starves himself and works
Yeah.
out like constantly. I feel bad for him because life sucks.
Well, if that's the only way you could get girls, what are you gonna do?
And
you
I
know?
mean, you know what I do is I eat like a pig, and then every once in a while I shake my butt on stage. Guys tell me I'm pretty, I take money, and that's my workout.
that's not bad. That's
not
bad.
hard.
Yeah, just
Because I can't, I'm glad I have a friend that can.
I tried, but it just didn't work. You know,
Yeah.
just,
Throwing money. Put your clothes back on.
they did.
And
yeah.
when you did, you didn't put the mom jeans back on. Very surprised about that. You've upgraded your decade to 1990 mom jeans.
They're back in style. The worst part is I was flipping through this magazine in my hair, and I'm like, oh my God, who would bring these back? And girls like, I need a pair like that. And I was like, oh.
The high-waisted
And
ones?
she was younger, yeah, and they had
I don't
like
like
the
those.
studs, and they were like, I was like, oh gosh, like why? So the only thing I'm really excited about is scrunchies are back in style.
Yes.
So I was obsessed with them, and I didn't want the trend to go because I have long hair, so I'd always put it back,
Yeah.
and so I'd always keep it on my wrist. And I got picked on for years. I would let go by everyone, and then I finally give up. The one day it was Cashmere at the Mirage in Rochester, and she came up and she was wasted, and she so nonchalantly. And I don't know if it was meant to be an insult or it just came out like in the most horrifying way. But she's like, I wish I could be like you and dance to your like redneck white trash stuff with your hair scrunchie and make all the money you do. And I was like, and I like, she's my friend, so it was really strange. She like come, it was like even worse, like boom, 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 like real fast. And I was like, whoa. And then I threw out all the scrunchies that day, and now everyone's buying them. And I had the pimpest collection
Scrunchies?
hair scrunchies.
Right next to our pogs.
Yes, I have them. They're actually worth a lot of money on eBay right now. I'm eBaying like crazy.
I can't tell.
I am eBaying like crazy. I mean, I am crazy, but I decided I'm gonna. I read some articles. I'm minimizing. And I realized that when I was in jail, it was refreshing because you stop caring about anything like what you look like. Because if you're not in jail long term, you don't have makeup or anything.
Hygiene,
like
all
what
that
you
stuff.
smell,
Let it go to hell,
like
all
body
that stuff.
splash.
So when
How
you-
many
Ah,
times you?
Does that mean you're in jail right now?
I mean, no, it's because I'm Turkish. We're naturally like a slick people.
Slick. We're not talking about
the
drenched in
glow.
oil. We're talking about looking good.
When you minimize, do you read 4 articles at once? Because when you're talking, I can see you go through like eBay inventory in your own head as you're speaking. It's like 40.
She could do that. What's it called?
I could. I am. I'm HCM and I'm all over the place.
Multitasking,
Multitasking, ADHD.
I can watch it in her eyes. Like she's doing like
I'm
a death row,
bad.
2 different things going at the same time.
that's her
That's
being
this
nuts.
me. That's before I stab you with my pen.
Great. I'm close tonight. Awesome.
So yeah, no. Now I got distracted.
Well, it's all right. I'll
What
take
was
it
I
up
saying?
with. Yes, I've stepped up with the got out of the mom jeans, but
Yes.
Oz, I have to challenge you. I'm like, I know
Minimizing.
Oz is one for fads. I didn't know the latest fad was
beard
looking
thing.
like a terrorist.
Terrorist.
Jeez.
You know what's
Does that
messed
really
up?
work or what? Or except for women
get a
carrying
lot of
bundles
love
of
for
laundry
it.
on their head. Huh?
I get a lot of love for it. People actually really like the beard. Girls dig it. My girlfriend.
It's a
freaking loves
trend.
it. Yeah.
I don't know. It's some people really are into it, and there's like that Boom's brother, and
Well,
all different.
it's going away this week.
Some people are, and then they wait or like it's no shave November or something. I don't know. There's
I
all
didn't
these
know shave
things.
2017.
Well, when you're going for the
Right.
ones that are on walkers, they'll take anything, won't they? Oz or what?
It
Huh?
probably tickles when he goes down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I've got stories.
Let me hear one. Come on, whisper it in my ear.
There has been. We're off here. I'll tell you. I
Whisper
got
into the mic,
What's his name?
Bob.
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 But yeah, I know it's minimalizing. So you have like no stress, and they say it reduces it. So I
Wait, what reduces stress? I missed something.
like
there.
items. Like Tom, you are never gonna be able to minimize. Like it's not gonna happen.
What are you talking about?
Minimize, like
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't,
I know,
like
yeah.
you have to like let go. And so I realized I have so much stuff. Like I ended up counting it. I had over 600 dresses. I have like 500 shirts. I have almost 800 pairs of shoes, including like flip flops. It was just disgusting. I can't even wear them for
Don't-
years. And
don't-
then I
yeah.
want to buy new stuff.
Don't
and
you
I-
ever tell me you need money now.
No, and then I maintained, but yeah, that's not worth anything to yourself. So I maintained like the same size and reason, and my stuff's all like nice, and I wear
It's
it like
all
once.
organized really well.
So
and
it's all
taken
good,
care
and
of.
then there's more closets, and I have more closets in other people's houses because I would rotate from
Jesus.
Erie, Salamanca, Buffalo, and I have all this stuff in Cuca. So I actually filled up 4 houses and 2 storage facilities of like new high quality items, not garbage, like not dirty hoarding.
Yeah.
Of like '80s toys collectibles. Like I like Tom Loce's house,
It's-
but like
my house is pretty
and
wild.
I'm like, what am I doing? And I'm like, I need to get rid of some of this stuff, and then I'll just
Well, I put a challenge here right now. All those clothes, all except for maybe one little set, give them to homeless
That's
people.
what they said
right?
then. I can't do all.
Right.
I can't do all, but what
Why
I've been
not?
doing is I've been sending my girlfriends surprise packages of outfits they'll fit in so they
Yeah.
can share the love.
You gave her an eye twitch as soon as you
I
said
know,
that.
like,
Like, give away all my clothes. Twitch.
I know,
Especially
I
everything but
can't-
the
I can't.
shoes. No shoes. I need all my shoes.
I'm actually reducing some shoes slowly too because I had them and then I'm like, why do I have like royal blue sparkle 7-inch heels? Like, where am I gonna wear these? And they're
I feel
not
like
stripper
those,
heels.
You got to keep those ones. So
I would
sparkly
say so.
blue heels. Come on,
Yeah,
that's a
especially if
keeper.
they're 9 inches. Yeah, those are nice.
Just like
Sounds like
over
what do
the
you do with the other
top.
8?
They're not even dancer shoes. They're like regular ones and just like odd, like those big chunky ones, a rocket dog, like
Right. Who wears regular high heels that aren't stripper shoes?
I know. I mean, no, that's the same.
No, they weren't like the right height. They were just strange. They're over the top, like towery and weird platforms.
I understand the thing on shoes. It's like guys, it's the old saying, whoever dies with the most toys wins, right? For women,
Right.
whoever dies with the most shoes wins.
Right,
sense.
shoes
Something like-
maybe. Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm trying to reduce because there's
And
so much
purses.
stuff, and then it became disgusting when I realized how much there was, and I was like trying to just fix it, and then I was just like, oh wow,
Give me
Overwhelmed.
yeah,
Give me
it's
some of
very
those toys.
overwhelmed, and then I was trying to reduce. I have been. I told you to get some,
I'll
so I
take
started
them.
listing on Crazy, like on eBay,
Yeah.
and then I had over 100 purses. So in my mind, and they're all designer, like expensive ones that were like $500 Coach, like top of the line,
Yeah.
and Louis Vuitton, and I thought in my mind I'd be that classy woman who would change her purse every day to match her outfit.
Oh, geez.
I'm never gonna have time to do that. In my head for like 18 plus years, to be
Yeah.
a kid, I'm like, I'm gonna do this. No. So I started listing them all and they're all in good shape because I get like a new one every month and be like, oh, that color. Oh, I'm not going to.
Okay.
So I'm gonna reduce and just put some money aside, donate it, get some projects done.
That's good.
Something logical.
Oz, how do you manage to change your purse every day anyway?
Yeah.
Yo.
And I look at Oz's nails are always fresh and painted. I
'Cause
mean,
I
I
bite
can't
them. I
even
got
keep
to,
up
otherwise
with
I bite the
it.
Look
crap
at
out
this
of
thing.
them.
It's like the goth,
Listen.
pseudo goth look. Or
I got
whatever.
a
don't know what
huge
he's doing.
closet. What I did was I took
Yeah, and
5
you
t-shirts.
come out of it many times.
I'm
haven't
already
you?
out, brother. I'm already out. I took 5 shirts, 5 jeans.
Yes.
And just minimalized my outfit. But we are WRFZ LP Rochester, 106.3 RochesterFreeRadio.com with Katrina Lee, Beyond the Pole, and Tom Loce.
Speaking in Russian today. That's right.
Suzanne.
Bang, bang, bang.
And we have Bailey is going to be coming back in not too far away with Zeus the Wonder Dog. We
All
haven't heard
right.
from him in a while.
Can I-
Steak says he's preparing for his Halloween party. He goes
Sweet.
wild. It's a good time.
I've seen on his Facebook.
I'm
page,
adding
yeah.
some more to his collection this year because
I
I'm
would like-
reducing my life.
Good. I would like
Dope.
to see his
So-
place.
There's a ton of
this
Halloween
year.
parties going down.
One of us might be a compulsive shopaholic. When they get stressed out, they run to the mall and buy a bunch of things, and then it's not even for themselves. Sometimes it's just for other people.
Who are we talking about now?
I don't know. I think it's Oz.
It probably is.
Yeah.
That's
I
always
spent
one.
like $30 on myself in the last like 4 years.
Oh, really?
I'm a broke dad. I spent all my money on my
I
kid.
mean, I think a couple hundred a day. Is it normal? You're like, oh God, I gotta put myself on Backpage because I said I need those red bottom
Put
shoes.
yourself on bed. Let me know when you're going on there, will you? And it's under 200 though. Okay.
It's a $20 cattle walker. Fecal matter included.
Oh, wow. That's terrible. Come on now. Let's have some class in
You know what?
Right?
You know you're making
Before-
gains if Tom Loce calls me terrible.
Yeah.
You know you hit the mark there. Like I'm doing right.
Yeah.
I like didn't turn out the volume on my phone and I just got 12 beeps like all in a row, like beep beep, beep like messages. I'm like, all right, someone's like
Check 'em
angry
out.
or drunk. It's a little early for that, but.
I think it's one of your exes trying to track
Right?
you
I don't
down,
know.
right?
Last time I was on the show, I got a text saying I'm moving to Florida. They don't say bye and just get off and leave.
Oh wait, they wouldn't have
I
anything to
say
do with you
conquer
moving
the
to Florida,
show.
would it?
I
No, she wants to go to Disneyland. That's the only
Or
reason.
some shop
Disney
down
World,
in the
thank you.
Orlando shore stores and all that stuff, right?
I want to go to Disney World. Thank you.
Take
Be a
me-
princess.
Take me with
She
you.
salted the hell out of us. Thank you.
I am.
Thank you.
I'm going to be a
Thank
princess.
you.
So
You always have been. I know.
I
Yeah.
am. I
With-
used to work in Disney.
With
It's fun.
devil horns.
Yes.
Yes. You are.
I know. I'm
Maleficent.
looking forward to it. I really am.
And you're
So-
only staying 5 days though.
No, I don't know. I didn't set any plan.
Oh,
TBD.
okay. What if he proposes to you?
No.
Okay.
Propose they go
No.
to dinner.
I don't
Okay.
ever want to get married again.
Oh.
And if I do, it's
Third
prenup.
time's a charm.
Prenup.
You know, she was married twice before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was very discreet.
We
But at
both-
least I have longevity in marriage. Thank you.
We
Oh,
counsel
okay.
each other on that through my last marriage and her.
Mine, you know,
really?
we're longer.
Counseled each other? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have lots of
like
divorces.
70-30, but yeah, you know, each other.
You
How many
know.
times are you
Mine was a
married, guys?
special
One
one.
and done.
And that's it, right? For
Yeah.
sure.
I feel that. I feel it's gonna be a while. Or I can't just keep getting drunk and getting married on impulses. I mean, eventually
can.
you grow up, right? And you
I
stop.
guess. But if it was fun.
My mom already is afraid I'm gonna do that, and she's like, "I hate all your divorce papers, so you can't take them down."
Hey, that's good thinking. I like that. Your mother.
I
was
would
gonna
never
say
though.
her
I
name,
already
but-
learned my lesson. I'm not even 40. I
Are
can't be
you
like divorced 3
serious?
times.
Kat, you've learned nothing.
I
That's why you're
agree.
going down to Florida again. All right?
When it comes to relationships, absolutely no. Everywhere else, you've grown so much.
Yes.
I'm so good with
Cycle
everything else.
Back to the
There you
same. We had this kind of hot
Eddie.
pan out, hot pan out, hot pan out.
Bet you if we check your phone, it's
And then
that
the
guy
worst
a
part
million
is
times.
it starts changing, and
What's
then it
changing?
turns into where it will be that like I don't get affected by the hot pan as much. So it's like I work at the pizzeria, and my fingers get used to the burn, so I hold it longer, and I don't
Oh,
know why
my
I'm
God.
holding it. I'm like, no, no,
God.
I'm not. I'm like I'm already prepared after what happened on my birthday that something bad could happen. So I have like 10 other options in different strip clubs throughout Florida prepared.
Okay.
In places. And, I have people that I can be like, so I don't have to post on Facebook, oh my God, someone saved me. I'm lost in Florida. I actually know a lot of people down there. I went to school there.
I feel like your
I have an aunt
doctor
there.
should give me a tranquilizer gun, like prescribed for you.
Yeah.
Katrina, no.
My mom tried. She tried, and then she's like, I'm not going to help you or give you any money if you have a problem. I got money. Thank you.
Okay. So what do you think is going to happen with this other romance, semi-romance that you got going? I don't know.
I
if
don't
it is.
have any real
There is no
romances.
romance?
I'm
Okay.
like doing me.
Okay, so you're not going to go see someone?
I
down
don't know.
there? Okay. All right.
I don't know. I don't think I am.
Oh,
No.
Gee, look at the lies. Oh my God.
Wow.
I can't believe that whole sentence actually finished from your mouth.
The lie detector test jumped off the charts on that one. Yeah.
It was like,
look at
nah.
that money. Hey, let's compare it. Come on. You can buy a lot of hoes with that.
Got like $3 in a Tic Tac,
I don't know.
half a cent a cigarette.
See that? So my friends and I, we're gonna go to all the strip clubs all over and check it out. I'm excited.
Right.
I'm going with a group of people. I'm meeting a lot of friends down there.
Right,
so
right.
when I have a lot of dancer friends who move there because I guess Tampa's really good money. So
That is a long drive though by yourself, right?
I'm camping. I've done it before, and I drive a lot. I'm by myself a lot actually.
Okay.
I
Like
love
when
road
I go to
trips.
Erie and stuff, I go down and I relax, and I listen to books and languages on tape. So I plan to come back pretty fluent in Russian.
Really?
Yes, I think that's what happens of 48 hours of intense listening to Russian.
Yeah. Okay. And how is that going to benefit you in life? Though I just really need to know that.
I know the whole Taco Bell
In
menu.
Canada, maybe.
In Canada.
Russian in Canada.
There's a lot of Ukrainians, Russian girls and stuff.
Okay.
okay.
Well, you're gonna
Makes
go hit the sundowner again? Is that what's going on? Or what?
No, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something I could use it for, and
Okay.
there's really not. Maybe I'll find some hot Russian guy.
Yeah, you should. You should really. Those are the ones with the money, and just marry him shortly. Leave him. Take his money.
No, then
move
they
on to
kill
the
me.
next one.
That doesn't work that
No,
well.
you're slicker than that. Come on.
Make sure
Right?
they're wearing a tracksuit. Like you want the stereotypical
Yeah,
tracksuit.
the
Right.
Euro one.
Chest hair with
Total,
the
and they're wearing
Yeah.
brute, and they're like, yeah, the Serbian. Yeah, I know.
play
totally.
soccer and smokes at the same time.
Yeah, the whole.
I got the idea.
That's a
Right?
dope
Yeah,
shirt,
yeah,
though.
right.
Isn't it, though?
That shirt's flame.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, no, I agree on that one.
You agree on your knees?
On
What
your
my
knees
church
is always
says?
a good theory.
It is for the woman. In a nice way. It's role playing. Before
Guys
people
can do it too.
That's true. That's
It
true.
goes both ways.
Yeah.
You can sit down and be like, lick it.
From what I heard about you, though, you usually are a little one-sided on that. Is that true, Kat?
Yeah, I don't really like. You
Yeah,
know.
see, she doesn't like giving, but
It
she
just
loves
makes me gag
receiving.
sometimes. Why bother? Like,
Because the
if I
guy's
don't
going to
have
stop.
to,
The guy's going to stop giving.
I agree.
right? Why? Like, what's the
Oh,
point? If
you
I don't
agree.
have to, it's encouraged. And they
Supposed to
don't expect
reciprocate.
it.
Supposed
And
to
then you keep it
reciprocate.
like it's a treat.
Oh, that's
You
a
know,
treat,
you
huh?
reward them with it. You know.
I'm supposed to respect your elders. I got a bad back.
Oh, on that note, what other subject you got written in there?
Oh, I
Anything,
don't know.
or should we
all
just make
different
something
stuff.
up?
No, yeah, it was kind of just going with the flow. So, We talked about the Memorial Garden, upcoming Halloween, a lot of parties.
Tons.
They put the wrong date in for the Playmates one, so I think they put it on the 27th, and it's not. I forgot what the
Well,
date
tell me right now because I
It's
do love,
actually the 19th.
I do love Playmates. What goes on at their Halloween parties? Anything
Oh, they go
special?
wild. They already started the obnoxious cobwebs that are all over the
Okay.
ceiling, and they attach to you. And
Okay,
yeah.
but I mean,
no, they go. It's a full buffet. That's their like number one party. They go nuts. I never seen a club do a party like that. Like full decked out holiday craziness.
Cool. I like it.
Full buffet. It's always great barbecue prizes. We got a new partner.
Yeah.
We have the Still Kitties involved. We got another partner, and she's been doing a lot of stuff. Updated new systems. Everything's coming all back together. We got a lot of new faces, and we're maintaining them.
Okay.
Doing well. It's live sex shows, and the girls are buying a lot of vibrators and having sex with each other on stage and
Back up a minute
themselves. And I'm making a lot of money selling, dildos to the host.
Back
No.
up. Live sex shows. Can you expound on that a little, please? Or can't you?
I guess you can because it's not illegal and it's not really a secret.
Are you sure?
Guys watch and throw money on us,
Seriously.
and then I can make her lick the strip on after.
When's the next night you're working there?
I don't like working on weekends because I don't like to do
I didn't
that,
say
but the
what-
other girls do that.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
So I don't. So I only, if I go in, I'm really like, I only really do the store, but I'll go on stage once or twice, but I'm really not.
How about if I
trying
double
to.
that wad of cash you put up?
I would privately maybe do it if it came down, but Tom, you're pretty cheap. So your doubling would be not the best.
It's true.
It is true.
Hey,
But-
this shirt's from 1974. Okay, it's vintage.
I can look for bargains, That's what's wrong with that, right? I look for my girlfriends at flea markets,
Flea markets. No, he likes to save them.
I
He does
do.
do a good job trying to save
I do. I have saved money. You know the bizarre thing.
Captain Save a Hoe.
Yeah, it is. This is
Ooh,
the
we've all
weird
played
thing.
that.
This
Yes.
is the weird thing that my
I even
friends
feel
tell
I
me.
saved it.
No, just I like hoes, escorts, whatever you want to call them, because they're wild, uninhibited, and I have to say because just whatever makes them like that. I won't get into that, but then just I try to then I feel bad for them and I try to clean them up, and it works against me because then they're just
Then
like,
they're too good for you now. They're like,
they
"Ugh."
don't want to do the crazy stuff after that. And I said I screwed it up again.
Yeah.
So next time I just got to keep them with the crazy
You're like,
mindset.
keep them at the right level,
Right,
you
right.
know,
There's
of
yeah.
insanity. Like
Exactly.
little control,
I'm-
controlled chaos.
I'm learning.
Yeah, controlled chaos.
There's a good point right there. I've always said listen carefully now. Any stripper, massage parlor girl, or escort, there's always like the top 5 things that go with them. Usually number 1 is daddy issues.
Okay,
Almost
okay.
ever. Yeah, number 1.
This is a good topic. See,
That's
like what I
good.
asked,
Seriously,
yeah.
and I've never heard it disputed. They always just say like, "Yeah, it's true." And number 2 is their life is always in chaos. Come on, tell me, right? Right? Okay. I mean, even
I
though
agree,
yours-
strippers,
right,
too.
Even yours is in a good way. It's still chaotic, right?
Mine is horribly chaotic right now in
But
a good way.
In a good
but
way. Okay.
It's not even controlled chaos because every time it gets better, then all of a sudden it's like, do this movie, and then I mess everything up.
And can you tell me from your experience why all these girls that you know
Drugs.
No, why no?
Oh, I thought it was the next one. No, I thought you were saying the next
I
one.
didn't get to the next one, but why are these girls' lives in chaos most of the time, though?
Because we usually have problems like drugs or alcohol or addictions or boyfriends, or a lot of them are young and you start where your life wasn't really together, like you never were quite on your feet. Like you're young, it's your first job, you
Okay.
don't really have a car, you don't have a license yet, you really don't have a stable apartment, you don't have credit.
Okay.
So your life isn't usually in the best place, or you wouldn't be stripping.
Right, you do what you got to do to get by, and then you're exposed to different things that you normally wouldn't be exposed to if you grew up in the right situation.
No, I grew up in the right situation.
Then you're in a cycle of chaos.
You cycle,
right,
and then there's few. Like I grew up in a right situation, had it all, but I was like a brat and wanted to keep one upping and proving my parents wrong and provoke them for fun.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Me too.
So I mean, I was like that, but there's those random ones where
Yeah.
there are girls who like their parents are actors lawyers who aren't on drugs. More my generation, and the older ones now. The younger ones are 18. You can't really count
Right.
those ones, but where we just kind of rebelled and just almost like you're not going to pay our bills now. Look what I'm doing, Daddy.
Exactly. I know. That's another
Like
reason.
I used to take my dad's CDs and music, and I started listening to them all, and I mastered stuff because I realized it was a target audience of the customers of the club.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant, you know.
Absolutely brilliant for your head to work like that at such a young age. Like
I know.
that's such hidden demographic. That's amazing.
I'm like, oh my god, like that's that midlife crisis. They're freaking out. I catch her in the club, you know. And I would lie about my age, so there I am, and I'm 18. I'd lie and say I was 25 and I was smart, so I could back it up.
Okay.
So I didn't seem like a granddaughter or too young, so it seemed like appropriate. So I had all the better guys with money right off the bat.
That's like evil mastermind shit.
I'm smart.
Are we ready
I'm
for
a good manipulating hustler.
number 3?
All right,
Ready
number
for
3, Tom.
And I'm just saying that, you know, they
That's not
have,
quiet.
all these girls have many great qualities, many great qualities.
Great.
But these are some of the, you know, not so great qualities that I've seen. The top 5. Number 3 is undependable.
Oh yes, I can be undependable at times.
Oh, you're even admitting that now? Okay.
Yeah, well, not I guess necessarily undependable. Chronically late.
That's true.
And then there's times when, because I take on too much and I can't say no. Now, mine's not quite like other people, like drugs or something delaying it. Mine's like I just can't say no, and then I'm overwhelmed, and then I'm trying to make everyone happy, and then something wrong will occur, and it's the trickle down effect because then it hits all these other businesses or things because I overscheduled myself.
Then the off button gets hit.
And then you get so frustrated, you're like, F it, I'm done, I give up today. We'll start over tomorrow.
Okay, well, it's not just as simple as late. I mean,
no,
we're
yours
talking
is like
procrastinating, things like that, which they.
Yeah, I don't quite do that too much.
You don't procrastinate. Okay, well, you're not like everyone.
If I want to do it, I will do it.
You usually do.
I'm very impulsive, if anything. I'm definitely not going to procrastinate. If anything, I'm the one like, leave the people on stupidity.
You are not the usual.
She doesn't procrastinate. Just so much going through the cracks. Sometimes she missed some shit. Like,
yeah, like on that, but it's not like put off.
Right. I can do it. I'm just not gonna know.
Yeah.
Now here we go into a little bit of a controversial one. Number 4.
Okay.
Are you ready for it though? Or what? You and me, I had an argument about it once, you know.
Oh, great.
Are you ready for it?
All right, let's see.
Now, I'm going to preface it with, yes, I am a pig. Okay? Yes, I have low moral standards.
Should I take her pen away from before this happens? Let me get out of here.
I got the pepper spray and I got a stun gun. Which one?
In the adult entertainment field, men or women have kind of low moral standards.
True.
Oh, watch out. All right, because me and Kat, it was a while ago, a long time ago, that she used to say, you're a pig. And I go, and you? And she goes, I'm an adult entertainer.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah, you were drinking.
That doesn't count. I mean, that's out the
like,
window.
that sounds really weird.
No,
Okay, no, it just sounded like an odd, like not quite me wording.
Wanted to throw that at
I'm
you.
more like a rougher, even talk like, I'd be like I'm ho or something stupid. I would have said back.
Bad, but no,
especially if I was drinking.
Okay, so what is your take on if in the adult entertainment that men and women have a little bit lower moral standards?
I pick my own moral boundaries.
Okay, that's you. Okay, well, keep you out of the mix.
I like to pick my own, like what I think's okay. Like sometimes stealing's okay.
Oh, gee, whatever's convenient for you. Justification.
Justify.
Justify.
Like if you can't feed your family and you're starving, and you're starving.
Yeah.
And you're gonna. But I mean, I worked in pawn shops for years, and I work with like people who sometimes have nothing. Their kids are kids who steal because their parents are drug addicts and they're selling their food stamps, and like I don't know is odd. I don't know. It all just depends. I feel like everything can be like twisted in a certain way.
Some things can be justified, but I feel like
some, not all. Like it depends.
Things,
I want to hear what Oz was about
with like low moral standards. Like if you grew up and you were like picked on through school and like you didn't have good self-esteem, you're gonna want to prove that later on in life. So finally, like you graduate high school, you feeling good, people are paying attention. You prove it. You a little extra harder. You compromise a little bit. I think personally, I did.
Wait. You do what again?
You compromise some of your morals.
Okay.
Like you got that bad self-esteem growing up all those years.
Yeah.
So when you get out there, you go hard.
Well, sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. Or some, or you just don't know. And you don't know what background these people are coming from or what, really.
And number 5, we'll end on this one here. Is that, and I love explanations here. Just, it seems like, just from my expertise throughout the years.
He's been around since the Stone Age.
That's true. Long time. Of kind of transient. These people, transient. Look it up, Oz, if you're not sure what that means.
Float around, yeah.
Yeah, in other words, like, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but I know me and some of my other well-settled friends, we've lived in the same location for years. Pretty much I could ask any dancer, massage parlor, and escort, just every other month they're living somewhere else. Why is it?
I
goes along with
think
chaos,
that would
maybe.
be escort.
Not necessarily.
I don't dancers. I don't know anyone bouncing around like that. Most of the dancers I know have kids and they're forced into stability, or they get in these Section 8 housing, and they're not to the level like when you're escorting. Unless you're in Vegas and it's higher levels of money, which is different. There are high end escorts.
Yeah.
And I'm not comparing them. Most of them are really bad on drugs. They're usually heroin addicts. They're usually in and out of jail. There's some major problems going on.
Okay.
So they are getting evicted. They don't have their own places. They're just staying at someone's house. Like
Okay, I could give-
that's why I know a lot of girls like that, and I've seen that happen.
Yeah, but it's not just the escorts, and I'm not going to
No, I
say
mean, there's
name.
some, but
I'm going to say
yeah.
name, but I mean just someone you know with red hair that you've worked with before.
Yeah.
So, you know, just how many places has she lived in the last few years, just from my conversations. I'm sure I could think of many more.
Yeah, but that's a drug addict
Wouldn't that also be a mirror?
escort. She escorts,
Okay, all
and she's a
right.
drug addict.
Okay.
So you can't count
Okay.
that.
What is the ratio of dancers being
You
hooked
don't
on
know
drugs?
exactly 100. See, you like these escorts, so you're going to more lower level clubs with nudity and where things go on.
That's
so you're
true.
not getting the level. So I'm not applauding any of these places, but Pharaoh's. There's a lot of girls who are gorgeous, have
Yeah.
their lives together. They're making $500,000-$600,000 on weekends, especially. They go in, they do their job. They're single, maybe moms, in and out, and they maintain their looks. They're not that bad on drugs, maybe some coke and partying, but
Okay.
they make money.
And are you
And they're
saying
in and out, and they have nice apartments. And I had a Lexus. I lived in a gorgeous house. Like a lot of girls were like that when I started dancing.
we're like what again? I didn't catch
Had
that.
all designer purses, all had designer cars. Lexus. And you can even say that in Rochester with Jenna. All of them, everyone had Mercedes, and it was all like we were competing with each other to have the fanciest like designer
Okay.
things. But when they did that, they're blowing through all this money
Right.
and in gifts that didn't build in anything. While I was taking a lot of my money and putting it into companies that would cover me for life, or paying for degrees that you can't take away from someone. Like no
Okay.
matter what, I can always have a job, a decent job.
Right.
I mean, unless they do something really crazy.
I hate to put you on the standard, Kat, but I mean, you know, you also kind of, as a dancer, have lived in many different places.
No,
in a
I have
way.
not.
Seriously?
No.
Okay, this isn't the court of law. I'm just
No, I have not though.
Really?
No.
Okay.
I lived in one house for 20 years.
20 years.
And I still technically live in that house. Actually, I can say I lived in one place for almost 36 years. My
Wow.
parents, they built a mother-in-law apartment.
No, but how about when you were married and all
I
that
was
kind of
married
stuff?
I was with the same guy 14 years. I was married for 10. I had the same houses in my name. I owned it. And after him, I stayed in it with the second husband.
Okay.
And I sold it because he didn't want to live where I lived with my first husband.
Okay,
And it was all in my name. It was never in their name.
So you think more? I'm
And
thinking
then
more
only
of escorts.
recent, since the divorce,
Yeah.
I only lived in one place in Rochester, and I'm leaving now because I'm having issues from a person who's stalking me and won't back off.
Yeah.
And I had a really bad incident where a person died in the house. I had to bring back to life. It's very depressing. It's very expensive.
I understand.
I thought I wanted like what everyone else wants in America, the huge white picket fence house, but I'm not married. I don't have kids, so
Right.
it's a lot of work. And I don't like it, and I can't keep up with it, and it's not safe.
Okay, so bottom line, you think dancers on that category are not that transient?
No, I think there's levels.
Okay.
I think in a whole club system, there's levels. There's like, you have the manager, then you have the bartenders and the waitresses who think they're better than the dancers because they're not on this, they don't have to grind penis
Yet.
or something. Yeah. And then you have the shot girls who think they're too good to be a dancer. They're afraid to go on stage, or they want to be a dancer, but they're not ready yet. So they're in their clothes, but they still go in the back and do lap dances.
Really?
In the better clubs. So you're not hitting them. You're more...
Yeah, I
do
got
your
you.
thing.
I
So
agree.
then you get to the dancer. Those are the better clubs. Then you start filtering down after you get fired. You get too heavy. You get caught doing drugs. You go to the lower level clubs where it starts dropping. Maybe they look the other way. When you're on the internet and you're selling yourself,
Yeah.
and you're doing it for $100, when all these girls at strip clubs, without having to do that, are making $500,000 on a Friday, Saturday, or
Yeah.
a home Bills game.
Okay.
You're already past. You're having sex in this such a low number when you talk about how much it costs for your drugs. You're having sex with 3-4 guys a day.
I see. So it is, you know.
And then they're not using condoms, and they're like, because they're impaired, and they're having sex with multiple people. So, I
So-
mean, you know what you're in for.
Right,
But
so-
I noticed in your top escort issues, Tom, you had nothing about
Yeah, let's hear it.
drugs.
Isn't
that like the number one escort issue?
Usually it's number
Like,
two. Number
usually,
two.
I mean, up there. I mean, Dash, but you didn't even have it on there. So
No,
there's
I'm
more.
sorry. That should be in there. And not just
I
drugs,
was thinking
slash-
molestation or rape issues.
Usually, yeah.
I mean, just being realistic. I mean,
You're
because
right.
we do talk about legit things too. On
Okay,
this
the
thing,
other
but-
legit thing on there with drugs, seriously, drugs slash alcohol.
Well, yeah,
problem.
no, I view that as the same.
Okay.
Like alcohol is
Just
a drug
wanna
to
make-
me. No,
make
I know
sure
I'm
I-
an alcoholic
I
potential.
didn't infer that, but
But I know it's the same like in reason. Everyone's got vices.
Okay,
They're
I'm glad you
different.
added those two on.
Or
there.
couple.
No, I would. Those were kind of like the really big ones.
It's
that
true,
I was
it's
like,
true.
those were major ones.
They're
in
almost
that.
like goes
more. I
without
would
saying.
say drugs is more than transient.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Because
right.
a lot of like people these days, because the system, like you can latch yourself in really nice in Section 8 and not be responsible for anything.
Right, true.
And a lot of these girls have multiple kids,
Yeah,
different
for sure.
dads
I know.
and things. It's just scary, but so they get all the help and the heap and all that stuff. They don't shut off their electric.
Right, I know. That's there's some sad cases for sure.
Yeah. But on that note, I think we should cut into a break and then go into some fun topics about upcoming events and different things.
You've known me your entire life. I was here the day you got married. I've been to your home, eaten at your dinner table, shared your remote control. I am someone you love and trust. I'm Uncle Al. And what you don't know about me are the things I do to your kid when nobody's looking.
90% of all sexually abused children are abused by someone they know. Help make it disappear. Go to darknesstolight.org and get the tools you need to protect our children.
All right, let's get back to Uncle Al and Beyond the Pole with Katrina Lee.
No, Uncle Al, I mean, what a PSA. We always throw that on there because it's just like, we got to throw one on. It's the creepiest.
It is so creepy, and it's like from the 70s or something.
Right?
You don't know what I
don't-
do to your children.
That is
Right, I know, it's
outrageous.
so weird. I'm
you
Uncle
can't help
Al.
I know, I can't help but laugh, but it's
Because it's so odd,
Yeah.
It's so strange, like hearing it. You're just like, wow, and it really stands out because you're like, what is that? And then you just kind of know he's going to end up being like a molester.
for sure. Sometimes the truth hurts, doesn't it?
You know, Tom, when you were talking about the the escorts with the daddy issues,
Yeah.
you like were describing wife 1, 2, 4, and 1, 2, and 4 for me.
For you,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay. Well, what happened to number 3?
Nobody's found the body yet, so
Right, yeah.
we don't even talk about her.
Yes,
I
no,
love
no.
Dave. he has been around as much as me, I believe.
Right.
Maybe more.
Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, we're just saying a lot. I tell you. Yeah.
Right, that is scary.
Katrina's gritting her teeth. Like,
Right,
"Eh,
yeah.
how do I bring this
She's
back
got,
around?
she got a few things she could say about
Well,
me.
I have a lot, and I've seen a lot, and I think that's the problem with the whole dating world is because I know what's out there. And so I was with my friend Mike Birch, and he does Birch Imaging, and he's a photographer, works with a lot of girls in the area, Buffalo, all over.
Yeah.
And he was saying that he was filming this porn star type girl, and she's got like a webcam show and stuff, and she got a whole bag from like the dollar store of these gummy bears, and she puts them inside her vagina and like
Ooh.
slushes them around, and then she pulls them out of her vagina, individually bags them.
Yeah.
And then these guys are buying for $25 a gummy bear, like a vagina bear.
That's an entrepreneur right there. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And I'm like, man, that's interesting.
Now, Kat, here's
Now,
the
I
thing.
can make all this money doing that stuff, but then long term, with the direction of my future, that could hurt me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
true.
Sure.
That's true. Yeah.
What about a bum bear?
Right? A bum bear. That'd be
Yeah,
great. Just up your
bum bear.
butt.
Yeah.
No, just
Watch the little gummy bear go inside your
And
butt.
It's chocolate covered.
on that
Or you
PSA.
could expel it out. You could see if you could just shoot him across the room,
Oh yeah, there you go. That's good too.
build up the gap.
Okay, maybe you could
PSA.
make this humorous, Kat. I know you'd like to make it a little more
Yes.
humorous right now. Just I gave in my top 5, and you added 2 other great ones.
Well,
of
no,
like,
those were,
the
humorous.
kind of humorous. But I would just like to know your personal top 3 or 4. What irritates you about men? What can you tell me? Just off the top of your head.
Oh, wow.
Off men, yeah. Just you're. There's
If they seem bitey.
bitey.
Yeah, like they're like excited or leaning close, like they're gonna bite at your nipples, or they're like
This
real
hap-
jumpy.
This happens at the bank. Often?
Sometimes
That's
at the
what I
club,
know.
sometimes like it's been on a date and you just or they're off, like
really?
they're
This is-
paired, and they're just like all close and like excited, and you're like you don't know if they're gonna bite at you, and it's like uncomfortable, or they're like pretending they're gonna tease you while they're going down on you, and then they start like biting at your inside legs,
wow.
but it like hurts sort of, but it's not. And then they think it's like cute. I don't know, like that weird.
That's a new slant.
It repulses me. It's just not my thing. When guys sit there trying to suck on your nipples, and they're like bald, and they're looking at you like there's some nursing child. It just makes me sick. It's just not my thing. Like, stay away.
Oh,
it's gross.
geez.
It's gross.
Okay.
I don't have any kids, and like, if you're gonna be this gross like man child attached to my, nipple, like,
Oh
yuck.
boy.
And you're not getting anything out of it. And I know they stick out. They're like pencil top erasers. There's nothing I can do. But I mean, come on, give me a break.
Okay, I didn't think you were going to give me the whole stripper angle on, which is fine.
No, I was just thinking things I hate with guys dating too. Who
with
try
dating
doing that,
too.
or
That's
just no one I've ever long term dated that. Other things, I guess. I mean, obviously, like typical of his dating. I think you're thinking these quirks. So
Yeah, well,
we're not
not-
talking about not just date things like lying to your face, cheating, blah blah blah.
Of what guys expect or whatever, or just the things that disappoint you about men sometimes, like that they.
Oh God!
They,
what
Where do
are
you
you
start,
talking about?
right?
My last husband?
I'm talking about men in general, from you and what other women say. Like, what's number two or three things that disappoint you about men? That they don't follow through, that they put on a big air, that they're act too macho, or just
the
a lot of
attitude.
yeah, a lot of guys.
Mine have been all different. No one's been quite the same. Like, I mean, I have the same type. Usually, they're like a felon. They've been to jail, some type of drug background. Usually linked to some strip club.
Okay.
Usually can't go to Canada. Usually
Okay.
can't have a license.
Is that because you're like me with escorts? You try to save them.
I think I try to save them, and then I like people with interesting stories.
They do have interesting stories,
And they do have to be a freak of nature for
Yes,
for
and I
Kat.
like qualities.
I know.
Oh, he's locked out. Yeah, like qualities and characteristics. I was kind of locked out. No, so like things like I don't know, tails, their nipples.
No, but you have an interesting point there, just on both sides. That those people are interesting. Though.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
They're fun stories.
Yeah.
Usually, obviously, true or emphasized, and like just interesting. They're more bold in life.
Right, and have just the backstories. Usually, they're how they were brought up.
Yeah,
their
there's
friends,
always
all that
something
kind of
interesting, and then
Very.
they're more like my friends. A lot of them are like whack jobs,
Yeah.
but like we are all wacky, so we know we go off the handle, and we might do something crappy to each other,
Yeah.
but then we forgive each other pretty quickly. While normal people have a hard time doing that.
Right,
Birds of
you're
a feather.
Yeah, so like we're used to it. Oh yeah, she was drunk. She's only really stupid, but she doesn't remember it, so we're not gonna hold it against her.
Right, that's cool.
All right,
Okay.
so we kind of have agreements like that, or we like take care of each other. Like we know our flaws after so long. And even when I'm impaired, like a pretty high functioning one, I'm like, remind me, I might not remember this tomorrow.
You are.
And I
You're
tell
definitely
people
high
that,
functioning.
they don't know. And then I care, and I'm like, okay, like let's make sure I do this, and I'll tell you while I'm impaired to remind me.
Yeah.
Not just a little impaired. Like, you remember stuff when you there's nothing else functioning except like your reminders in your brain, like what you're doing
It's
works.
still
Like, how does
going.
that happen?
It's still going, and I'm like completely like blackout, like drink a whole bottle of vodka, and then I'm like, I gotta do this, and I'll put my jewelry right next to bed in the same way in a pile, and I'll like even OCD put the shoes right back, everything
Yeah.
like folded, and it's like nothing changed. I'm like, wow, never lost my purse, nothing like that ever.
Flawless autopilart.
That's cool. How about on the topic of men again? Let's just say if you were dressed conservatively, would you think that men are, for the most part, still gentlemen, or are they piggish?
I don't know. I think it all depends on your situation, because it doesn't matter, I think, if you're conservatively dressed.
If you're at a
Because
high
I've been
class
wearing some
bar,
blouses lately because
high-
the acting, and I've been getting hit on more with these stupid blouses than when I wear
What
my
kind
little
of
dresses.
blouses? What, low
I
cut
don't
or
know, just
whatever?
different, like stuff I don't normally wear.
No, okay. Let's say you're dressed very.
No, this is.
Nice,
I was definitely
right?
getting
Yeah.
attention in this.
Well,
There's
that's
debate.
very conservative, I think. Though the outfit.
It's not really, but yeah.
Okay, but if you're
Enough,
at a
yeah.
high class bar, would guys generally act like gentlemen coming at you? Or
I've
just-
never had guys acting like pigs to me ever. Even in the strip clubs, I've had always
Really?
respectful businessmen. Because if you're rude like that, I'm not going to talk to you. You're not going to. I'll leave. I don't need those customers.
Really?
I think you got that twisted. Like, moth to a flame, you could have a stadium full of people, and Katrina will be attracted to one dude with 2 felonies and another one in his trunk.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
ooh,
what I
a
mean,
terrible
like-
guy. I need you.
My mother is everywhere, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that one. I can tell. That one. That one's going to
Yep.
mess up my life. And I'm
Okay.
going to just keep chasing after him. And then I'm actually messing up my life because I'm allowing it to happen.
Cool. One last question on that. Men, versus women. I don't know how to phrase it, but just usually I think the first thing men look for is the physical attributes of a woman. The first thing. And then
I think everyone in reason is something that draws you in look. So you wouldn't just, we're not in the dark blind talking to people.
Okay, do you think women are the same way of a physical attribute is first? Okay, what do you think second? Money, class?
Mine's
social,
personality and talking.
Personality
Not
and
really
talking.
class because you can't tell. And usually you don't know people's money up front because you could pretend you have it and lie, or you could have it and not let people know. So I wouldn't say that'd be the second, I would say.
And what do you think the second thing is guys look for in a woman?
I don't know, because you're a damaged example of what guys look for.
That's true.
Because you don't want to get married, you don't want kids.
Right, but I think almost any guy, they first thing they think of is the physical attributes, and then how good they perform in bed, I think.
I feel like it depends on what you're looking for.
Okay.
Like if you want a certain type of guy, I want somebody to date, I want somebody to marry, I want somebody for
I think it's your time of life, what you want. Like,
even with that, though, Oz, I mean, let's keep your current girlfriend out of it. When you're attracted to previous girlfriends, first you're looking for how they look physically. Then aren't you concerned if they're going to be compatible in bed, to put it nicely?
Even cold pizza is good pizza.
He's got to bring the show way down now.
No, that's not true.
That's terrible, Oz, but I'm with you on that.
No, that's not true. There is someone who is so bad. There is someone who is so bad. It was so embarrassingly bad that I had secret people that I would hang out with, and I would complain about how bad it was because he wasn't matching my needs. I was trying to get it elsewhere.
Wow. Was that like a very common case?
No. It was one, and it was only because I was trying to prove I could have like a normal, healthy relationship with the exact opposite of me, and I just kept trying to force something that should never.
That must have been me, because
the crazy
I'm so
ones are usually great
right?
at sex. Really, the crazier you are, the better you are at sex.
That is true.
Oh my God,
that's the best.
Oh my God,
that's a mean joke I played on everybody. This one that crazy, but the sex is bomb.
You're like,
I know.
So you keep coming back.
If you could bottle that, we could just like make millions.
More, yeah. Keep coming back. You're like, oh God.
That's what I'm saying. That's number two. Probably.
Crazy sex is the best.
I might get shanked, but it was great.
Yes. Yeah, that was like mine. One was saying, he's like, I don't know, am I okay when I fall asleep at night? Like, I think you're gonna kill me. I'm like, no, I keep you alive, but in the basement.
I know it's intriguing, right? I know there was one escort I was seeing for like almost a year, and I always told my friends, like, if you don't hear from me in a day or two, this is the kind that's going to slit my throat in the middle of the night.
You never know.
Like, exciting.
Yeah,
for me at least.
You get him all hands up. He's Tom's sitting there and he's like watching like aggression movies and stuff and giving her booze. Like, come on, you want to do it. Provoking her. There's knives all over the house. He's just waiting.
I don't want to get my throat slit, but I do like wild sex for sure. So.
Right.
Oz, want to chime in on wild sex? Let's hear.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't, right?
Well, yeah, you're right. I think even like the most Puritan type person would like to go nuts once in a while, right?
I think so.
I do my damn thing. Like, when it's closed doors, like I definitely go in. So I don't really hold much. Not a lot's taboo.
Sucking toes, you like that?
Whatever. I'm in.
Whatever.
No, I can't do stuff like that.
Cute toes.
Absolutely. No, a lot of people don't like sucking.
I can't stand people trying to touch mine either.
Oh, you don't like us sucking your toes? Okay.
No, I don't like people touching them.
Toes,
no, I both. I mean, really, feet are just gross to me.
Okay.
If you got hoofs, you're leaving.
Yeah.
Right,
you pull out those socks and you got like these just claws. I'm like, all right, you know what? I got a stomach ache and the flu sometime today.
There's some people with gross feet or like spray tan toes. They're like all brown, their toenails or something.
Who's this? Who?
Some guys and girls, like, I don't know, from spray tan or something on their toes. Like, ugh.
Well,
brown.
Babies' feet are cute,
I got naturally out.
Well, yeah, but I hope you're not doing that.
No, I don't touch babies' feet. No.
I'll bite the house. Baby's feet. They're so cute.
I know. They're so cute. Baby's feet. They should bottle them. I know, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so tell me the wildest. Yeah, you want to go for one of the wildest sex nights you've ever had? Aside from me.
Oh, yes, aside from you.
And then we'll get to Oz, which we'll fall asleep
Why am I the one? Oz might have the wild, drugged up, club promoting years.
Okay, well, I'm going to start with me. Two great ones I had. One,
okay.
And this one, just as you're looking like, impress me. Seriously. In the back of a van on the way to New York City, and she did become my girlfriend after this. 5 hours of a head job. 5 hours. Okay, that was wonderful. I went out with her for 4
I
years.
feel like,
after
get
that.
off me.
Yeah, you would after about 10 minutes.
That's a long time.
There was one good one. The same girl was also adventurous down at, I believe it was Watkins
I believe
Glen.
I know which one.
Yeah, you heard this story. No, maybe you didn't, but just we're on this like bridge, rickety bridge, like the Indiana
No, I know
Jones
an
type
animal.
things. Yeah. No,
A
that's
rickety
another
bridge
one.
is terrifying.
You're right.
Oh my
so
God.
we were in the middle of it, and no one else was coming around. And
I
there's just
couldn't
this
do
is a
it.
good
I
place
couldn't.
to have sex. So she was
A
going down
rickety
to me in the
bridge.
middle of a rickety bridge, and it's like 3 stories down to the thing. And I got up on it big time, but then people are coming from the side. We go, oh, we better, and I came and shot off the side of the bridge.
That's
It was
crazy.
great. That's
Very nice.
Yeah, I've had many stories like that. Let's hear one of yours.
All right, this one time I was doing like a bar night or something, and I go in my car with this girl, and she's doing her thing,
Yeah.
and doesn't she puke into my pants?
That's bad, yeah.
Okay, so then we go back to her house. She was like a vet tech, and I asked her, she was drunk,
Oh,
I was
no,
drunk.
oh, no.
Hey, can I have one of your 7 cats? Yeah, absolutely. So I take one of the 7 cats, and
Wait,
I
wait.
gave it to my girlfriend for Christmas.
Wait. You were drunk and you asked for a cat and she just gave you.
Yes, sure, take what you want. I took a cat, and I gave it to my girlfriend for Christmas at the time.
That's so weird.
What's that have to do with sex?
Just because you puked, I don't know. That was really.
That's it's kind of offbeat.
I got my pants puked in, and we got a cat for
Did
Christmas.
she at least clean off the puke? Or
Yeah, she
whatever?
washed it, then passed out, and then I took the cat and gave it to my girlfriend.
That's a terrible story. Katrina, I'm sure you could top that one. Now, come on.
I can actually. I like sex in public places.
Whoa,
And I used to
all
like
right.
it a lot before pre-camera years. So there's a couple. My friend Nicole Keller. Hi, Nikki. She listens. She was blocking off a jacuzzi room, a hot tub in public by the pool in Indianapolis, barricading the door so people couldn't come in.
Yeah.
The Buffalo Science Museum and the old gemstone room. You could pop behind because there weren't as many cameras fast.
That's good.
The Rochester Museum of Science, the little log cabin.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
the
my
kids
God.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, it's great. Great, good stuff.
Guess who's bringing gloves next time we go?
Science museums. I like having sex in science museums, zoos, art galleries.
Oh, yeah.
Movie theaters are there. They're boring. Like
right.
something about science and history gets me like all wild.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
the
like,
coolest thing I think I've ever heard. Science and history, it's sexy.
It's so
Yes,
sexy.
finally!
I know. Can you picture it
Come
at the
on.
Louvre with Katrina? You know,
And I
you're
like
saying,
having sex
Isn't it
in-
a lovely painting? And she
Right.
goes, yeah,
yeah.
it is.
It's a moaning Lisa.
The moaning Lisa, and then in cars while driving.
Oh, that I
I
love
did
that
climb
too.
on top of, tried to, and then I put my weight on the middle of their Audi console and crushed it down, and they were pretty bad. It
While,
was like,
while, they're,
crunch.
while they're driving? No, I mean, yeah, usually
Because I
that-
tried to get on top.
it has to be a petite
They
girl.
were complaining.
Petite to put in between me and the steering wheel. Yeah, I've done that. That's pretty good.
I climbed on top, but I put my weight on top of that little piece trying to climb over to get on top of him, and it went like crunch. It was like a $1,200 fix.
Oh, okay.
How about
Audi, no big deal.
Oh, Dave's got it. I'm sure
Yeah,
Dave's
Dave's got crazy
some
ones.
really good stories.
handicap porta johns?
Handicap porta-johns.
Handicap porta-john.
Porta-john. That's even dirtier.
Yeah,
Porta-john.
tell me. Yeah, tell me more.
I did that once.
No, what happened? Are you serious? or-
Yeah, absolutely. You do it at one of them barbecue fests. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, God.
Well, I don't recall seeing a handicap one. What?
Oh, they're much bigger.
It's a double wide, bro.
Yeah, it's like a double wide as far as porta johns go. Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
That's great.
Yeah, you go in there with one of them little stickums and you stick it right up on the wall and you're good to go.
I love it. I love it. Dave, you tell us one more because I know you have a plethora of them. Go look that up.
My most famous one is a Mexico one where I
Yeah,
woke up
that's a big
with two midgets, a donkey, and some girl that didn't speak English in my room.
Yes!
He
Yeah.
was serious about that. I
Yes.
remember that from before.
Yeah, so I know. Yeah, I remember that.
Did
And
you-
then, mine were more the fun ones, but I mean, obviously, with the
Now, I'm
extras,
wondering
a crazy strip club
if he
thing
made
going on.
gave the donkey an orgasm though. Did he?
Right.
Yeah, the donkey
He
was
doesn't
tied.
remember.
It was tied to the bedpost.
He doesn't remember.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
remember.
he wants to know.
And the really weird thing was I had chocolate sprinkles all over my boxer shorts. I don't know.
Why were you wearing
Sprinkles.
boxers? There's donkeys and midgets. What are you doing?
Chocolate.
They were on the floor, and they
all right.
they had chocolate sprinkles like you would get at an ice cream shop.
You sure they were chocolate sprinkles?
They tasted like it. I don't know.
Ah! Everything's going haywire. All right. Oh my lord.
Most people you slept with in one day.
Who?
24 hours.
In one day. Oh wow,
most
Tom! I
people?
don't even want to know. It's probably disgusting.
No, this was good.
The Life
this
Without
was good.
Shame years.
No, yeah, this was even before Life Without Shame. I always said, I have all my own little theories of life. It is when I had a store before Life Without Shame, and then it's always like a little position of power. That's how guys get laid for free.
Yeah.
That's one of the only ways.
Same for club promoters.
Right,
Yep.
things like that, or they're real extremely good looking like guys, and I'm just joking, okay? No, but there was one time when I had a
Stroking the ego.
whole chorus, not chorus,
And the beer.
chorale or whatever of different girls. When I had Movie Madness years ago, there was one time I got 6 different girls, one after another throughout the day.
Nice.
6.
Not bad.
Now, does it, are
You
we?
can't beat
I
that now.
swear I can. There's people that confirm I had 13 one night while I was promoting Heat Nightclub.
13.
13.
I
There was
beat
one
that.
at 4. Oh,
Wait,
my
wait,
God.
what is
I
it?
got blackout. Went to the whorehouse. He did 18 in a row. No, I'm kidding.
Wait,
I totally made that
Oh,
up. I won a half hour. It's like half hour. No.
Now, do we have to have a partner with this? Because if we don't need a partner, I got you all beat.
wait.
If there's no partner involved, I got like 21.
Right? 21, no partner.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I love it.
You're
I'm
so
jealous.
bad. He's
Seriously.
just drunk. No.
13, man. There was a
That's a
time
lot.
when I wouldn't sleep with just one girl at a time. They had to come with a friend. I just wouldn't. I got bored.
Right.
There was just so many. I just couldn't do it.
Wow, why didn't you go back
Savage.
to that kind of life, man? Come on.
It's
bored with it,
boring.
man.
It gets old and then you get happy and comfortable.
I got to be a role model now. You know what I'm saying? Like this little kid that looks up to me. Dad can't be smashing 13 girls in a night. No.
Yeah, I'm not going to mock
Yeah.
you for that, I guess.
No, you grow up.
Except for me.
I'm like a one person. Like I stick with one guy. I'm loyal.
All right, yeah. I mean, you definitely
Long
were
term,
joking
I definitely.
about,
Oh my
yeah.
god. Let's be real. That's so unrealistic. Like I mean, come on.
I was impressed. I was like, oh my God, you're a gangster. Wow. I could just see with a cigarette. Next.
Come on.
Well, I mean, you're not you.
You're
but
like
I
you're
mean,
not getting sloppy seconds, third, fourth, fifth. You're getting sloppy 15th.
No, some of the girls at the lower class clubs, that do too many extras in the back, they can one after another. I'm not saying there's anything like that in Rochester, but I mean, just
Nothing on J Street.
yeah. I was wondering how to get to
Nothing like
yeah.
that.
They used to be around.
But there
yeah.
probably isn't a crowd where it's one after the other lining out the door
Not
for that
on-
potentially
not on
to
J
even
Street,
happen
that's
on
for
J
sure.
Street.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the rats are better dancers in that joint.
Oh,
Right?
I agree.
There are some big rats
They
in the
close
city,
and then
man.
they just keep reopening. It's like they never close. They'll close for like a week, then it pops open on a Tuesday night, then it closes, then it opens maybe a Thursday day shift. It's like the weirdest club.
No, they've been closed for approximately 5 weeks and 3 days.
For sure. Oh, because someone said
4
said it
hours,
wasn't.
6 minutes.
Okay,
I'm
because some
scratching.
dancer was like, no, they were. I was just there. I was like,
Re-
what?
really?
Yeah,
Recently?
yeah. And she's like, they're not really closed.
No.
I'm like, what?
Now, from what I hear on that, without getting them in trouble, is that they,
Oh, yeah.
they take special requests or whatever
Request-
you call
I'm sure
it.
that's gotta be what it is,
There's got to be a
something.
customer
Yeah, there's
calling.
some kids they were saying. I was just like, that's odd.
I usually go in there and I'll tell them I'll tip them $1 per teeth that
Yeah.
they have, and usually I get away with less than $5.
Right? That's a good one.
Then how long do you French kiss with them after that?
Right.
usually?
Oh,
Dave, come on.
Well, if it depends on
It
if they
depends
take
if
out
they
their
did.
dentures. All right. If they-
He's
all
like, it
depends.
depends if I want in their mouth or not.
yeah, that's right.
After.
Yeah.
Shows went so downhill every time you bring me there. I don't know what.
But I think that's the perfect note to end on.
Okay.
So I'm going to be in Florida next week unless something goes really, really bad. And I'm like, back in Rochester. But it should be down there from the club. I'm looking forward to it. And a quick little break. I'm leaving Florida.
I'll be in
Yeah,
counseling
it's a
because of
12
this show.
Oh, but you're
Yes,
doing
in
that show
counseling.
from? Are you doing it from Florida?
I
or is
believe
that
I am,
taking over
but
here?
no,
What's
he'll
going
be.
on?
They're gonna be here and done. But if someone lets me down, or I don't know, I get arrested, end up back in Buffalo again, or
Yeah.
God knows, or Rochester, who knows? No, I think it'll go smooth.
Yeah.
I should, no drama. Hopefully, get
You're
away.
smart and that
for
smiles
me.
money, so you should be all right.
It's not, and then I can just go to the club, make money, and it's okay.
That's cool.
So it'll be good. So we're gonna be on. Check us out, Beyond the Pole Radio on Facebook. We are YouTube Beyond the Pole Radio with Katrina Lee. You can check out our shows. Sign for Forces Network. I'm gonna be around. Stop checking me out at all different clubs, and I'm gonna start sharing it and promoting it and getting the word out there. So.
Hell yeah.
And we have Oz, check him
Hi.
out, and we have Tom Loce from Life Without Shame.
The legend, the myth, the
Legend,
caveman.
the myth,
Periodically,
the savage.
the Stone Age man, as Oz would say. But it's, what does he know?
You're
anyways?
only as old as you feel.
It's I mean, if we, well, I don't know.
And the last one he felt was like 19, so like
That's
Right,
it was-
right.
Well,
that's
between.
Well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you for
and
having
check us
me
out next
on
week.
again,
Thank
you know?
you, Tom. Thank
Okay.
you.
And I thank you for fondling me under the table all the time.
Anytime, brother.